Hello viewers, today I want to look at the NEEWER magnetic RGB camera video light. This has cold shoes and is ideal for fitting to an action camera like the DJI Osmo Action Pro 5, which is what I'm using right now. And the reason I bought this light is I find that when you're vlogging in low light conditions, your face often isn't well enough illuminated, and by having this light I'm hoping that I can fix that. Now, very helpfully, someone decided to put red lighting onto our bridge, which is what I'm recording, and park a very large yacht, so we'll have a look at that at the same time. So I'm recording this in D-Log-M. I'm using a minimum shutter speed of 100 of a second, and I'm recording it at 50 frames per second. And the reason I'm doing that is that the stabilization in the Action 5 Pro seems to work better when you're using a pretty short shutter speed. Otherwise you tend to get a lot of blurring. So at the moment I have the key light on the minimum setting, brightness setting. The key light is controllable by a Bluetooth app from my phone, which is kind of cool. And it also comes with a small desktop tripod, which is pretty useful if you want to do product shots. In settings, I have my exposure set to -0.3, so I'm slightly underexposed, and the reason for that is I want to avoid clipping on the light, because that's impossible to fix in post, whereas noise is something you can deal with in post. Back in May this year, 2025, DJI updated the firmware and they added 4K Super Night mode. So I probably will do one shot in the Super Night mode. But I think what the Super Night mode does is to set the shutter speed to a minimum of 100 of a second. So the reason I like to shoot at 50 FPS is I find that the result is less jerky because the action camera tends to want to use a relatively short shutter speed. Let's talk a little bit about the NEEWER lamp I'm using. So this is the box. As you can see, this is a NEEWER RGB 62 mini portable LED light. Let's get rid of the box. Now it comes with a mini tripod. Mini tripod is quite useful if you want to do product type shots on your desk. The lamp itself looks like this, so you can see it's pretty small. If I show you the camera, the DJI Osmo Action 5 Pro, and I've got it on a selfie stick that's also a tripod. So I'm going to unattach the camera. And if you look at the size of it, it's roughly the same size. Let's look at iPhone cam. iPhone cam, you can see similar size. Now I have the action camera in a NEEWER cage. It's an aluminium cage, it's a nice cage, you can get it from Amazon. The reason I have that is that on the top of that cage, you can probably see there's a cold shoe. That means you can slide the lamp on there and then screw this up to tighten. And you've got your lamp on top of your action camera. So now we have the lamp mounted on top of the camera. I'm just going to stick the whole thing onto the selfie stick like this. I'm going to point it so you can see it as if you were recording, and then we just have to line up the magnet the correct way around and it's on. And that's all there is to it. You can turn it on the back. It's got the buttons along here, but as you we'll see, I'm going to control it from the app, but the same functionality exists on the back. So I have two main uses for this. One is vlogging and the other is for studio shots where I need product shots. It's a very useful little light. The other thing you'll find in the box, along with the normal paper bits and pieces, is you'll find a USB charging cable. Okay, right, let's get back to the vlog. So I have the app on my phone and I can turn the light on from the app, which I'm recording, and as you can see I can make it really painfully bright, painful for me anyway. I'm going to turn it back down and I'm going to put it on, I'm going to try it on 1%. 1% being the minimum that I can put it on, and then see what the result is, because I think 1% is likely sufficient. I also suspect that the stabilisation should work better with the key light on, because the image should be sharper and then the algorithm has something to work on. I would say at the minute I'm possibly slightly underexposed, but we'll see when I get back into the studio, but it definitely looks a bit better. And now I've got a spotlight in front of me, so that's doing the work. Right, so I'm going to make another recording. I currently have the light on and this is what it looks like. It's relatively dark here, but it will get brighter in a minute because there's a lot of lighting coming off the building on my right, and you'll see that as I go forward. You can probably see it now. So I'm now going to repeat this shot but with the light off, and then we can compare the two. So this is the same shot but with the light off, and I think this results in my face being underexposed, or if it gets much darker, completely invisible. I hope you found this video interesting and useful. If you did, please click on the like and subscribe buttons. Have a fantastic day.